Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl ezinnemwilliams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription board and click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Okay guys, tell me something. If you actually notice this, if you watch on DSTV tonight and watch on Showmax tonight, you will notice that they uploaded two different episodes. Yes, guys, DSTV gave us the one that was supposed to be for today, which is episode 3. Meanwhile, Showmax gave us the one for tomorrow, which is episode 4. But the good thing is, your girl watched the both of them. But in this video, I am going to be focusing on the Showmax own because now there the fire day. Oh my goodness. I mean, Nelly versus Kassia versus Kellyrea, Kellyrea versus ONYEKA versus Victoria. It was a lot. So let's, break it down. Yes, I know you probably like, isn't it? Why are we doing voiceover? Don't worry. It's because of the situation I found myself, but I still have to gist you guys. Okay. So, we started this episode on the Showmax episode with Ben talking about his dynamics with TJ. See, I will give Big Brother credit because Big Brother has succeeded to break up both families, so friends, so anyways, so Ben and TJ had their issues, and Ben is saying that some of the things that TJ has said, especially when they were separated from their pairs, how TJ went ahead to make them, by the way, twins, the godparents of, or the fathers of his child, and he felt like TJ was basically kissing them, by the way, twins ass. Yes, guys. And also TJ was not there to defend himself. So I mean, even if he was there, we all know how this would have ended. He would have just come there to speak big English, and that would have been the end of it. But that's not the interesting bit. The interesting bit is the Kellyrea, Kassia, and Nelly. That was where the whole interesting thing started. Now, Kassia was asked about the whole that Kellyrea didn't deserve to win. And Kassia was like, the people that are saying that she doesn't understand why they are saying that, and especially Shaun. Yeah, she mentioned Shaun, for him to say that, they didn't deserve to win. And Shaun, what did you actually do in the house? The only thing I saw you do in the house is to kiss. And Shaun was like, see, it's not personal, right? It's not personal at all. As a housemate, seeing, the dynamics and things that were happening in the house, I just felt like you guys didn't really bring any fire like that. And he went on to say he would stand by what he said. If he is asked who would have won that season, it was between Wani and ONYEKA. And he also said that he felt like even Kassia, brought more entertainment than Kellyrea. And let me not lie, I actually do agree with him on that, because if you guys have seen my videos last year, you know that I actually said that Kassia brought more fire. But then again, it's not up to the housemates but the viewers. And because, again, Kellyrea and Kassia had a fantastic gameplay that we've never seen on Big Brother Bbnaija before. So yes, we understand why he won. Okay, so while that was happening, Kellyrea was asked the question, and Kellyrea, started talking about how he won, that there's somebody that came, a housemate from their season came to him and was like, oh, he had four or five people gossiping, saying that, he is not a worthy winner. And Ebuka was like, okay, who is this person? He said he prefers not to mention the person's name. And Ebuka was like, okay, who are the people? Everybody was like, okay, out with it, who where the names that were mentioned. He mentioned Shaun, then he mentioned them, by the way, twins. See, what I'm going to say about Kellyrea, I don't know, he was just not being outspoken. Honestly, he was being cowardly to me, because if it's me, na me win the money now, right? Na me win the money, so I will call names. Will you beat me? Will Big Brother penalize me? Nobody's gonna give me a strike. Anyways, he was being very economical with the truth tonight, Kellyrea. And he mentioned them, by the way, twins were kind of like trying to especially Ozzy, oh, why are you mentioning our names? And Kellyrea was like, that's the name that were mentioned. Let me not lie to you. I feel like the person that told him that thing probably might be Topher. I'm not sure, but I feel like it's Topher. Anyways, so while that was happening, Nelly was like, you know what, as Shaun spoke as a housemate and not a viewer. While Kellyrea was talking, there was a back and forth going on between Kassia and Nelly. We didn't actually understand. Ebuka had to pause Kellyrea to ask them, okay, what actually upsets Kassia here? Because I was hearing idiot, this one. And Cassia was like, she has said, of something about the husband and she was trying to shun her. And Nelly was asked, and Nelly was like, see, the thing is that she and Kellyrea were actually cool, but in the house, Kellyrea supported her, she supported Kellyrea. But when they came out, they just stopped talking. And Ebuka was like, why? She said she doesn't know. And Cassia was like, stop talking, or you are the one that stopped talking to him. And when Nelly was asked, why do you think that happened? She said, of course, the wife. And Cassia was just not having it. Cassia was vibrating like, what do you mean, of course, the wife? What do you mean? And there was a back and forth. This one called this one fool. This one called this one idiot. I mean, yeah, you can understand the picture. You can see the picture. It was a back and forth between Cassia and Nelly. And then Nelly was like, of course, they stopped talking because the wife, Cassia, doesn't like her, because Cassia had lied in the house about something that she told her that ONYEKA had said, and she never told her that it was an instinct. She actually told her that she heard ONYEKA say that, and that was how ONYEKA came into the picture. But before then, Kassia was already asked by Ebuka about what she had said, that ONYEKA said that she was using Wani and Handy for game and for clout or whatever it is. And she said, the thing is that Sunday ONYEKA came to her, and that was the first time they spoke. ONYEKA was telling her about how her strategy is to be in everybody's business, how, she can't take herself away from the Wani and Shaun situation, how she feels like Wani and Handy have like a large fan base outside of the house. And Ebuka was like, did she actually tell you that I'm going to be using Wani and Handy for my strategy, or I'm going to stick with them because I want their clout or something like that? And she said she didn't do that. She just put two and two together. Now, back to what Nelly has said, that Kassia had lied, because you remember in the house, Kassia had told Nelly the same thing. And Kassia was like, I told you two things that night. One was an instinct, but the first one, ONYEKA actually said it. That was how ONYEKA was like, you are such a liar. And then there was a back and forth. And then ONYEKA started talking about that tweet, the tweet about, not having her bath. And Kassia was like, okay, nobody's name was mentioned. Is it that you don't take your bath? And then something interesting happened. Now, in all of this, Victoria was never part of this, equation. ONYEKA started saying, oh, that look at you, Kassia, you are teaming up with your friend to fight for a man. You were teaming up with your friend, ganging up with your friend to fight for a man. And obviously, she was making reference to Victoria. And I'm like, from where to where? Again, like, how is Victoria part of this equation? It doesn't make any sense to me. And ONYEKA is there, talking about it. Then we go back to the tweet. And then Kellyrea is being asked about the tweet. And Kellyrea is, again, being very economical and cowardly with the truth, saying that, oh, it could have been anybody. And I love Ebuka. I mean, being a smart man is so sexy, because Ebuka was like, boy, in that tweet you said, like you said, person when she doesn't bet in 2 weeks or something. Like, you guys remember that tweet. And Kellyrea could not actually hold his own, because obviously we know he was making reference to ONYEKA, and I don't even understand why he was being a coward about it. And then he was like, oh, he won, blah, blah, blah. That was cool. And then ONYEKA started talking about, oh, it's actually laughable that they will say that she stood up strutted, telling them, see me, do I look like, I actually look better than these people. And then while that was happening, Kassia said something. Oh my God. Kassia said, during the back and forth with ONYEKA, Kassia had said, you that is always talking about your mother. At that point, I think somebody beside her was like, Kassia. So she had to shut up. And I think it was at that point that Chizoba had to come in. Chizoba could not even find her voice, because Kassia was like, Chizoba, don't. And Chizoba was like, you were defending your husband. Why can't I defend my sister? And Kassia was like, your sister is horrible. Your sister is evil. Your sister is a liar. And then there was a back and forth again between ONYEKA and Kassia. And then Victoria had something to say, because obviously she has been dragged into the situation. And Victoria said, see, I've never done, anybody here can attest that I actually didn't say anything bad about ONYEKA in the house, but this babe constantly had my name in her mouth. She called me unprintable name. She even called me a ram with a mustache. I'm like, wow, I mean, what's Big Brother was I watching? I didn't hear that one. Anyways, she said that, and Onyeka, in her own defense, was like, that the fact she hated the fact that Victoria was trying to form a victim while in the house because she got outside and she found out that that Victoria and Shaun had a conversation about using this whole triangle with Ozzy and Onyeka to be her game plan, and she kept rambling on and on about it, that's what Victoria wanted to do and all that. Then Victoria finally had the chance to speak, and she was like, okay, fine. You said that I wanted to use a triangle. First of all, that conversation had happened the day that Ebuka had asked a question about triangle, and she had a conversation with Shaun because she doesn't want to be in a triangle at all, and she told Shaun that, see, I have my thing outside. I don't even want to be in any ship. That she had a conversation with Onyeka, and Onyeka had come to her to ask about, Ozzy. And she said, see, we are just cruising. We are good. We are not in any relationship. If you want him, you can go for him. And then Onyeka came again, talking about, I want to be vulnerable because I think Shaun had sent her, according to what she said, I wanted to be vulnerable, and then cried her eyes. And Victoria said that Onyeka is the kind of a person that will come to you and be your friend, make you vulnerable, you open up to her, then she'll use it against you. And at that time, she said that Wani on the other end was like, yes, I heard that one. And one thing about what Victoria was saying, you could tell that she was actually being truthful. Yeah, Victoria was being truthful because everything she said, we saw. And again, Shaun was, affirming to everything she said. She asked Shaun, when did we actually have this conversation? And Ebuka is a smart man. Again, very sexy. Because Ebuka asked Onyeka, okay, you said it's a triangle. That's why, she wanted to make the triangle her gameplay. That's why you were calling her all those names. Now, when did you find out about this? And she said outside of the house. So Ebuka was like, if you found out about this outside of the house, so that means you didn't have an idea about this in the house. So why were you calling her names? And she was like, I had a feeling. I'm like, oh my God, this girl, just own up to your shit. Like, this is my issue with Onyeka, yeah? She likes, like Victoria said, painting this perfect picture of delusion. Honestly. And I think, again, that Onyeka has let her fans lead her to a place of no return because she kept saying, oh, I'm the one carrying the show. The whole of the show, I carried it. I'm like, okay, girl, slow down. Anywho, Ebuka asking Onyeka, see, it's okay to play a game, but do you not see how this game have affected other people? Do you not see what they are saying? Ebuka ended the show by saying, see, I love game players. If Kellyrea played the game and Onyeka played the game and you people are not happy that they played the game and you were not playing the game in season 9, that's on you. But then again, even when you are playing a game, right, you should also understand that there are consequences to that. See, honestly, I actually enjoy the episode on Showmax than the one that we had on DSTV. Yes. And I'm going to say this. Onyeka should brush up her argumentative skills. She lacks that. So many times she's trying to explain she's being incoherent. She's not being straightforward. She rambles and rambles. When it comes to her situation with Kellyrea, I am on Onyeka's side because obviously Kellyrea was being a coward and Kellyrea was throwing jabs at her, and I don't even understand why Kellyrea was not owning up to it. But when it comes to Victoria, nah, you see that Mrs. Sim, by the way, it came again. She was like, oh, you were calling Mrs. Sim, by the way. And I think she's really pained by that. And do you know the most annoying thing about this? The guy that is the bone of contention, Ozzy, is just there sipping Guinness. He doesn't even come in to defend her at all. Meanwhile, Shaun is there, saying everything that Victoria is saying is true, thereby making Onyeka the liar. It's so sad. But it is what it is. Honestly, when it comes to Victoria, Onyeka has big major issues because of Victoria. I don't even know how else to explain it. Casia and Nelly, let me not lie though. Nelly kind of ate her up. I'm not even gonna cap. Nelly kind of ate her up. Kassia was just there vibrating and all of that. But yeah, that round, I give it to Nelly. Victoria versus Onyeka, I give it to Victoria. Onyeka versus Kellyrea, I will actually give it to Onyeka because, yeah, she was actually being much more Kellyrea was being a coward, yeah. But I mean, in all this, I love the fact that my girl's name Fina came up again because I mean, when Kassia had asked Shaun, do you think that all the winners that won were more entertaining? And he was like, I've not watched it for that long, but I mean, I started watching 2 years ago when Fina won. So I'm like, okay, yeah, at least you people are validating that my girl has been one of the most entertaining winners in the history of Big Brother Niger. So you multi-choice, take that. But honestly, I enjoyed this particular episode more than the other one of Ndini. Don't worry, I'll see you talk about that later. Yes, but for now, what are your thoughts on this whole situation of ONYEKA, Victoria, Kellyrea, Nelly, Kassia? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, what exactly are you waiting for? Kindly click on the subscription button. Click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ezinnemwilliams.